and it's not really much of a challenge, you know?
Oh
You're just
God.
speaking in a high-pitched voice.
Moose shit! Welcome to Moose Shit, where we spout bullshit. My name is Moose, and I'm joined by my diligent dreamers, Coop and Al. How you guys doing today?
I'm pretty annoyed at Moose because we agreed on 4:15 and it's now 4:30.
Technically, we agreed at
33.
5, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but then you said that you could do 4:15.
Yeah, I said maybe. I think I could do 4:15. I'm pretty sure is what my exact words were.
Pretty sure they weren't.
You said I should be ready around 4:15.
Yep.
Yeah, I
don't
should
see a
be. It
maybe
turns out I
anywhere.
wasn't.
Don't see a maybe anywhere.
Should is
Don't-
implied as a
And
maybe.
I'm pretty sure you just said my exact words were. So you literally just lied right there.
I said I
Everything
think my
else,
exact words
I should be
were.
ready. I should be ready.
Anyways, how are you guys doing today?
I just told you.
Great.
Why are you repeating yourself?
Before this whole debacle happened, how were you going to be doing today?
No, now that's the only thing in my head now because you just ruined my whole day by showing up late.
Okay.
Moose, how are
What
you doing?
has happened to you over the past couple of days?
It's only been 2 days, man.
So you live an uneventful life is what I'm hearing? Nothing happens to you in the past 2 days? You just get up, lay in bed the entire day, and then just go back to bed or go to sleep? Nothing happens. You don't even move a muscle unless you're talking to me or Coob. Because if that's not the case, then you have shit to talk about.
Do you want to know about him going to work? Like, what do you want to know?
Well, yeah, I mean, what happens at work? Work is a pretty eventful place. Stuff happens at work.
I can talk about the Lakers game that I watched last night as I watched LeBron get kicked out of the playoffs, possibly for the last time in his career.
That was a great game, man.
It was, yeah, but I was kind of rooting for him. I'm gonna be honest. I wanted a game 7. I saw that I don't think there's been one team, and this could be wrong, one team that has come back from a 3-0 start in the NBA playoff championship.
Yup, never has happened before.
That is so crazy.
I mean, if you like think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. Because once you go down 3-0, you would have to play like let's say if you're the home team, and you go down 3-0, you have to win like 2 games on the road and 2 games at home. And that's just like incredibly difficult. So I guess it makes sense. It's happened in baseball before, but never in
Yeah,
basketball.
I'm pretty sure it's happened in hockey as well.
I'm sure it has. But yeah, the game last night was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Towards the end of the game, I also started cheering for the Lakers, mostly because I just wanted to see, like, watching those two teams play. It's always so entertaining. So I wanted to just get more games between them, and it would have gotten like better the more games there were.
I'm reading this. In 2023, I'm sure you would remember this, Coop. The Celtics faced the Heat, and they went to a Game 7 after trailing 3-0 in a series.
Yeah,
remember
they
that?
got down 3-0, and honestly, they probably would have completed the comeback, but Jason Tatum, who's like the Celtics' best player, twisted his ankle in like the first quarter. So like for the whole rest of the game, he was just like hobbling around and he couldn't do anything for like the whole rest of the game. So,
Damn.
but yeah, it would have been crazy. That would have been like the first ever 3-0 comeback, which would have made like it would have been all over the place, and the Heat would have just been memed forever.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm completely lost in this conversation.
But Moose, I thought you could have a conversation about anything. Remember,
I mean,
Alex? How many times has Moose told us that he can just talk about anything?
Yeah.
I could.
You just had
I
nothing to
could.
contribute. You just had nothing to contribute.
I mean, I can ask questions as always, but like, I just don't feel like this is the right place to ask those questions.
Okay, Moose.
But
how was
I've
your
had
day?
conversations
What
about basketball before. What?
did you do? How was your day? Since
Today?
you're so eventful.
It was actually a very eventful day today. I was running around since like around 8 a.m. today, just going to different places like the doctors, and I registered for classes. And I also had to spend $2,000 on college. First time I ever had to spend money.
Loser.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask me any questions about it, or?
Not really.
It's just let's think. What can I
Just
ask you
not
about your
interested.
doctor's appointment? What can I ask you about the classes that you registered for? Nothing that'll spark any interest, I don't think.
Really? Not like, oh, why'd you go to the doctors? Or, oh, what classes did you register to? Or, oh, what was the
Oh,
process like? Or,
I know why you
oh,
went to the
why'd you have to wake
doctors.
up at 8 a.m.? Why do you think I went to the doctors?
Your arm. How was that?
They think that it might be tennis elbow. Because it was only hurting in like one specific way, like that tendon right above your forearm. So right above that's the ulna, I think might have been, because that's the only thing that's hurting. So
Oh,
Most.
yeah,
just to give the audience some context, Moose hurt his arm jerking off, so
not
he had to
true.
go to the
I was
doctor.
just listen, Moose. Tennis elbow is mostly caused by overusing your forearm due to a repetitive or strenuous activity.
Such as weightlifting.
Sure,
My
buddy.
doctor, my doctor
gotta-
said, my doctor said, oh, it possibly could have been done when you were bench pressing or bicep curling. So just stay away from those activities for the next couple of days.
Did he mention jerking off?
No, he actually didn't. Crazy how that works, isn't it?
Whatever you gotta tell yourself, man. We know the truth, but if you wanna,
But actually,
I
that
know you don't
wasn't the
play
main.
tennis, so
Okay, but tennis elbow is just the injury's name. It's not specifically caused by tennis.
I know. Jerking off is another cause.
No. Weightlifting is also a cause. So you said repetitive and strenuous. Both of them happen when you're at the gym. I know this is a foreign concept for you, Al, but when you go to the gym, sometimes injuries occur.
damn, you just gotta take that
Just
from the likes of
what were you
Moose.
gonna say, man? Why else were you at the doctor?
So I was not at the doctor for my tennis elbow because like it actually has been healing well, and like I don't necessarily feel as much pain as I was like the past couple of days. The reason I went to the doctors is because I found a mass in my hand.
The what?
A mass?
Like a bump?
Sort of. It moves around and it's really hard. It's like right
Okay.
above my index finger. See, these are interesting anecdotes that most people just ask follow-up questions to, but I feel like every time I say something, it's just silence.
Well, I don't know what that is, so
You don't know what a mass is?
no.
A mass is literally
That's a bump,
any
man. Jeez.
like this is just the English language. You don't know what English is?
Yes, most. I don't know what English is. I know what a bump is. I know what a lump is.
It's not really
Yes, I
lump.
think like science, like grams.
Yeah, basically. If you don't
but-
know what the thing,
I
not
mean,
like
I can
it's-
infer it, sure, but I don't want to infer wrong. Do you have anything interesting to say about your mass on the hand? Does it hurt?
no, not really actually, but I think it is like affecting my fingers to like fully extend because I can't fully extend my right index finger unless I rotate my thumb in.
When you're jacking off. I know what this is about.
Yeah, it's because I'm jacking off.
Did they like tell you anything about it? Like, did they
No,
say
because
like,
my doctor said that it shouldn't be anything too serious, but I went to go get X-rays for it, and I'm gonna find out later. So hopefully it's nothing.
okay. So Moose, why'd you register for classes?
I have credits that I need to finish for my certifications because right now to get a CPA you need 150 credits, right? And so right now, by the time I graduate Rutgers, I'll be at 142. So I'm getting the last 8 at community college. But it turns out I accidentally registered wrong for the community college because I think the community college thought that I was going to be getting a degree there. And I told them, no, I mean, I'm graduating from Rutgers this May. So I don't necessarily need another degree. I just need 8 credits. And then I'm out. And then they're like, oh, so then why'd you declare a major? I'm like, because you asked me to declare a major. I don't know. I've never been to this college before. So, yeah. And so what I wanted to do was just take a few classes that were like follow-ups to stuff that I took at Rutgers. Like I was planning on taking business law too. But they said because you declared a major and everything, you're gonna have to first get through. We're gonna need transcripts and everything, and you're also gonna need like you have to wait a certain amount of time. You also have to take a placement test for language and math because all degree-seeking students need to do that. I'm like, well, I'm not looking for a degree, and so they're like, okay, we can waive that, but you still can't take business law too. And so what I end up taking now, I'm gonna be taking logic and critical thinking, ethics, and a third class, intro to psychology, I think it was. So I'll be a fucking genius of the mind by the time I leave that college.
I just know that he's just gonna use whatever dumb stuff he learned in that class to try to justify some argument that he has, because according to this ethic, you should be doing this, and according to the psychology, most people actually think this way.
When he took fucking business law the first time or whatever, and then every single argument that we would have had to become a
It's a
trial.
court case.
And Moses over here being the lawyer for both sides. He would make my argument and then he'd switch over to Alex and then defend Alex against me. And I was just like, Moose, what is the point of this? Like, why don't we just not business law into our fucking arguments on whether we get like Taco Bell or something else?
Well, I mean, law was already in our friendship beforehand because Al kept on making these contracts with everyone.
What?
What are you talking about, Moose?
When Al started giving out loans, which is a form of a contract.
You don't have to read that far into it, bro.
I mean,
I think unfortunately I do because with the loan, it's like implied that you pay as soon as you can, as soon as possible, and not taking forever to pay it back. Yeah.
But how do you know that how do you know it's possible for me to pay it?
Well, why'd you take out the loan if you can't pay it?
Well, I'm carrying a balance.
A long balance at an extremely generous interest rate.
I mean, I'm just saying, Moose Jr. hasn't paid me or Al back, and yet is still talking about buying a PlayStation 5 again.
Yeah, about the wrong guy, man.
I mean, we're in discussion as well.
Huh?
Weren't you in that discussion as well?
What?
Coop was in that discussion as well.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
The PlayStation 5.
Oh, you're talking about at Burrow yesterday. Oh, yeah. Well, that's because it was $240.
You owe me like 60.
I will pay you your $60, Moose. Legs. The difference is I owe Alex like $600. Or how much ever it is right now.
Yeah, so you might as well pay me back first, because that's one less person you have to worry about.
I mean, Moose, I am gonna pay you back before I pay back Alex. Because when you told me about your loan thing, you said that I would have to pay you back at the end of the
and this is why we need to have contracts. So that's a big circle back. This is why we need to have contracts for everything that every
but you just added in terms after the fact.
What terms did I add in?
Well, like at first it was just like you could pay me back whenever, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then now you just keep hassling me for the money.
Yeah, because it's implied.
No, it's not implied. See, that's what you keep saying that, but it's not implied. But Moose, when he first bought the loan thing up, he said, "I will loan you this money, and then at the end of the semester, you can pay me back. Like,
Okay.
or you have to pay me back at the end of the semester, or else I have to go to small claims court against Moose."
So I want to, Moose, make this a poll question, right? As a person listening, if someone says to you, "I'll pay for your meal, just pay me when you can," and you guys all go out to a restaurant, and that person pays for your meal, and they just say, "I'll just pay me when I can." What time horizon is respectful to pay that in? Or is it just like an ambiguous time horizon where it can literally be when you're 90 years old?
How do you expect me to put that as a poll question? You know how polls work, right?
This guy just wrote out a paragraph and wanted me
Multiple
to break
choice
it
question.
down.
Just say,
Crazy.
okay. What time frame would you pay someone back if they offer to pay for you? Within a day, within a week, within a month, or a year plus?
I feel like those are all very different. I feel like most people would choose a year plus. They could.
Really?
And there's also no context.
I just gave you the context. A restaurant, you go out to a restaurant and someone offers to pay for someone offers to pay the meal and then you just pay them back.
Okay, I'll have the poll question be answer Al's question, and then I'll just
Uh-huh.
use your options because I'm not writing all that out.
Okay, fine. When is a respectful time, and when would you pay them back? I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. But in other news, I was watching so I just went back to rewatch like Avatar and stuff like that, and it just reminded me of all like nostalgic items and stuff like that, stuff from like our childhood. Some of it holds up. Some of it I felt like I could change. Like none of it was bad, but some of the stuff I would have changed, like pacing wise and stuff like that. Maybe instead of like some of these filler episodes, just do more multi-part episodes. But that's just me looking back at like old stuff with like a newer lens, which is what is the theme of today's episode is going to be, as we're going to be looking back at some older trends. Back on fucking point with these transitions. They've been shaky the past couple of episodes, but today was a really good transition.
Wait, what did TV shows have to do with the contract?
Was
Like,
contracts.
what did Avatar have to do with the contracts?
Nothing. I was just talking about more of my day. I was transitioning my small talk into the.
So you didn't
Mhm.
transition. You just bought something up. That's not even a transition.
No. That was my small talk. I said I was watching Avatar more past couple of weeks.
Yeah, but you only brought that up so you
Yeah,
can
but that was
transition.
like that. You didn't transition anything. You just said that as a
I
statement.
mean, I was gonna talk about it anyway,
But
but then I
like you
realized when
didn't.
I
You
was in
just
the
used it as a.
shower. When
That's
I
not
realized when
transitioning.
I was.
It's not transitioning. Like if me and you were talking about basketball, and then I wanted to transition the conversation, I wouldn't just say, "Yeah, I was watching a TV show, and then this happened." Like that's not a transition. It's just changing the whole subject.
Speaking of changing the subject, let's get into the main subject of today's video episode, which is going to
Oh,
be
it's
viral
washed
trends
up.
from the past.
Moose is washed up.
Not true. Okay, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving you guys a sort of a multiple choice quiz. I'm going to give you 3 options. Of the 3, one of them is an old viral trend. I need you to guess what it is and tell me, guess which one is the real one and tell me what that trend was about. Okay? So, for example, which of these is an old viral trend? Pet poetry hour, DIY robot race, or number neighbor?
Alex, have you heard of any of those before?
No, I'll be honest. But if I
Not
had to take a guess,
what do you think it
what
is?
was the first one?
Pet
Pet
poetry or some shit
poetry
like that?
hour.
These all sound dumb. I'll go with Pet Poetry Hour. I would imagine it's just like taking
Like,
video
No.
of the
Don't,
pet.
no.
Okay.
You just
what were the other
guess
options?
which one it is.
What were the
Pet
other
poetry
options?
hour, DIY robot race, or number neighbor?
I'll go with the robot one.
Both of you guys were wrong. It was number neighbor. Now, knowing that the correct answer is number neighbor, can you guess what that trend was about?
Oh, I think I do remember this. It's
You
when
know
you
this?
took. Now that I don't know, it came to my mind. You take your phone number and you just alter the last number of your phone number to be before or after, and you text them. And if it's a real person, then you guys are number neighbors.
That is correct. Nice job, Al. That is absolutely correct. The number neighbor trend was exactly what Al said. You just take the last digit of your number and you call them or you text them. And then whoever you get in contact with is, in fact, your number neighbor. You just keep going until you find your number neighbor, basically.
Good poll, Alex.
Did any of you guys do it, though?
You want me to do it
No.
right now?
If you
It's just
can
gonna be a
do it within the
green
episode.
message.
All right, let me try to. I'll try to call my number neighbor. I'll go
In the
one number up or one number down.
doesn't matter. Whichever one is closest to you.
All right, I'm
In the
calling right
meantime,
now.
Okay. In the meantime, we'll go on to the next episode. Next challenge. Is it the bottle cap challenge, the secret recipe swap challenge, or the where did I put it? Put it over here. Or the language fusion challenge?
Bottle cap challenge.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Leave a voice message.
Phone. Please record your message. When you have finished recording your
What's up, man? I'm your number neighbor. Please, we can get in touch. Thanks. Bye. Is that good, Moose?
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. That might be a person because it didn't say like this number is
Yeah, it
not
didn't
used.
say this
Just said
number is
voice
not
message.
available or anything. So hopefully they reach back out, and if they maybe they'll do it within the episode, and then we could get it.
Hope.
Okay, what were the
Right.
options? Because I need to hear them because I was too busy calling.
Sure. It was it bottle cap challenge, secret
Mhm.
recipe swap, or language fusion challenge?
Language fusion.
Okay. Al was again correct with this. Al,
Oh my God,
what
Alex.
is the bottle cap challenge?
I don't know, and I took a guess, but my guess is similar to the bottle flip challenge, where you take a bottle cap and then you just like flick it with your finger, and you have to take it up, and then it goes like a full rotation. Yeah, that's my guess is.
That's incorrect. Cool. Would you like to give it a chance?
Bottle cap. Wait, Alex, you're saying like flip it like a bottle, like the original bottle
Like
flipping?
the bottle flip, yeah. You just
I was wrong.
flick it. Yeah, it was wrong.
So what is the bottle cap then?
Oh, can I have another guess? No, wait. Never mind.
Cool
I don't have a
first.
guess.
Cool first gets a chance.
I can't even think of anything. Yeah,
Think
honestly,
back to old viral trends.
I
I
don't
would
know any
say
viral trends, bro.
this
I'm not
was
gonna lie.
this was popular during the pandemic, and
I
this
don't
wasn't.
know, honestly.
Would you like to get another shot?
Is it anything to do with drinking the water from the bottle cap?
No.
Okay, I have no idea.
Okay. So since neither of you guys know it, I'll tell you. The bottle cap challenge was in fact the challenge where you basically kick the bottle cap, right? The bottle. What's happening right now?
Oh my
Alex
god.
is dying.
Sorry. I choked on water as I was looking at my bottle cap.
Okay. Anyways, the bottle cap challenge is basically the bottle's staying still on like a surface that's a little bit elevated, and your job is to kick the cap in such a way that it spins off of the bottle without moving the bottle itself. Does that make sense?
Sounds
Do
so
you get it,
stupid.
Coop?
Yeah, I get it. Like the bottle's sitting there and then you only kick the cap, right?
Yeah, you basically do a roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
Oh, I do know that.
I've seen it.
Ugh.
Now that he said it, I've seen it, but I don't remember it.
Okay, so I guess we will move on. Which of these is an actual trend? Let me bring up my trend list again. Not this. No, this one. Okay, is it AI Art Collaboration Challenge, the Salt and Ice Challenge, or Plant Parenthood Chronicles? These are trends, by the way. So just want to make that clear.
What was the first one?
What? I'm pretty sure I said. Put it. DIY. No. AI Art Collaboration Challenge.
I'm gonna go with the salt and water challenge.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like all of them could be real, but I feel like I've heard of people doing bullshit with salt and ice before, so I'm gonna go with that too.
That is correct. Now, do any of you guys know what the Salt and Ice Challenge was?
Salt and ice.
Yes.
It's probably like putting an ice cube on your skin and then putting salt on top of it.
I'm gonna guess you take salt water in with those ice cube trays and you freeze it, and then you give it to someone as though they're regular ice cubes.
That's the
Cube is
dumbest shit I've ever
correct.
heard. That was the dumbest shit I've ever heard, Alex. Knock it off.
What? No.
That's
Do you
so
know the?
ridiculously stupid.
Well, you know the trends where it's like, oh, I'm gonna give this cup of water and I'm gonna like mix it as though there's something in there. And then the other person is like, well, why are you mixing it? Meanwhile, it's just a cup of water. This is similar to that, except it's the
Yeah,
opposite.
but
Where
Moose just said salt and ice, and then you started talking about salt water in ice cubes. So like you're just thinking too much, bro.
what is it? What is it actually?
It's they
Salt and
just
Ice
put,
Challenge.
you just put salt on top of ice and then like press it against your skin or something.
It's supposed to leave like a scar. You know how like when we were kids we did the politically incorrect term of Indian rope burn? Remember
Yeah.
that?
Uh,
This is just like an evolution of that.
Yeah, because like when you put salt on ice, it makes it like 10 times colder.
and I'm sure people died.
I don't think so, man.
Okay. Okay, for the final part of this round, which of these is an actual challenge? Which of these is an actual internet trend? DIY sci-fi short film, the Dele Ali challenge, or retro? Sorry, no. Uh, Virtual reality cooking classes.
Most, are you getting these ideas from ChatGPT by chance?
Which one? Are you talking about the new, like the fake ones, or are you talking about the real one?
The fake ones?
Yes.
Okay, so it's definitely the second one.
Is the
That's
real one?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Moose just that's a name, I'm pretty sure. Say the second one again.
Dele Ali.
Yeah, ChatGPT is not coming up with that. Whole DIY
what-
thing is very ChatGPT.
Yeah, he's a
Is that-
soccer player. I knew he was a soccer player, bro.
So is that what you're going with?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that has to be right then, because he's actually a real person. So
That is correct. But now here comes the harder part. What is that trend?
it was some stupid dance, I'm pretty sure, bro.
I would imagine it's just like some dance or celebration that he does.
No, actually, it isn't. It's a space. It's an expression that he came up with. I think I just have to show you. No.
Did he do the expression while he was
This.
scoring a goal as though it's a celebration?
This is it. Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah, I said celebration, Bose.
No, but you said dance.
Yeah. But I also said celebration. I get the point for this, I'm right. This is not I've seen this like a long time ago. This is like I don't even know how to describe this. It's like the thing where you have your hand over your eyes, and it's like a spyglass, and I don't know how to describe it.
That was like
Okay,
a
well,
trend
this was a trend in 2018.
Bro, people were doing that in like 2010 after they would hit like a 3-pointer, bro. That's been a thing forever.
I don't know. BBC wrote about it in 2018.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of round 1, where I believe the score is Alex 3, Coob 1, if I'm correct. Unless Coob, you want to dispute that.
I have 2, bro.
What was the 2?
Well, I got that last one and then the salt and ice one.
I thought Al got that last one.
I got this last one. I said celebration.
Oh, you have to get the other thing right?
Yeah.
Like you got to get the guess right?
Well, you have to get at least one part of them right. And if both of you guys got like the first half of it, like the multiple choice part right, then the point is based off of who gives the correct explanation. But if neither of you guys get the multiple choice part right, then you guys have to. It's based off of who gives the explanation. Or if neither of you guys give the right explanation, then it's the part. So I'm pretty sure it's Al 3, Coob 1.
I mean,
But
Alex was right on the second one. He didn't even get the explanation right.
But that brings us to the second half of this, right? Because this is now based off of your entirety. It's based off of how funny you are and how creative you are. Okay, your guys' job is to give me the funniest explanation of one of the fictional trends that ChatGPT gave me. It gave me a bunch of names, and it did give me an idea of what it was thinking those trends look like. But I want you to come up with a funnier version of it. I'll give you both the name and the trend that they were talking about, but you're not allowed to use the trend that they came up with. You have to come up with something on your own. Okay? So let's see which one it came up with. Number 16, which is Plant Parenthood Chronicles, trend where people document the growth and care of fictional plants as if they were real pets. Okay?
Planned Parenthood Chronicles.
Plant
man.
Parenthood
Oh.
Chronicles. Plant Parenthood
Oh, okay. I was about to get dark there.
This one is kind of shitty, not gonna lie.
Wait, what did he say as the thing? It's like that you have to raise plants as your own?
Yeah, like
Plant
pretty much.
Parenthood Chronicles was the trend where people document the growth and care of fictional plants as if they were real pets.
All right. I got mine.
All right, I'm good.
Each of these is going to be worth 2 points, by the way. So, Al, since you're technically still... No, actually, Coob, since you're falling behind, you get the first shot.
All right, so Planned Parenthood Chronicles. So the trend would consist of you making videos and vlogs of your own mass drug empire centered around growing and selling weed. I knew you would enjoy that one.
Okay. Al, what is your trend?
Mine went a completely different direction. Mine is you take a plant and you fill it up to the brim with dirt and water and everything. And then the challenge is that you have to take a knife and remove the roots. And the cleaner you can remove it, like the less dirt that's out of the pot, the better you did at the challenge.
It's supposed to be
That
funny.
was shit. That was shit. Shit.
I mean,
It's an abortion joke. Hello?
is it?
Yes, it's an abortion joke. Like Planned Parenthood is an abortion. You have to take the root out of the plant.
I don't...
With a knife.
I
Like
think I win that one, Moose. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's not funny that I explain it to you. You guys didn't get the joke.
I mean, that was like a very, very, very deep joke, which I give you credit.
Not really.
I think it just missed, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sorry, Al. It just didn't work. It's now all tied up immediately out of the gate. Your next trend is going to be...
Wait,
It's
It's 3-3 right now.
yeah.
Right.
There's gonna be a total of 4 rounds for this, and then there's gonna be one final round at the end. Your trend is going to be language fusion challenge, the one that we talked about before. What ChatGPT came up with was participants invent and share phrases that blend multiple languages into one coherent sentence.
Wait, so ChatGPT says it's like mixing different languages.
Yes, the language fusion challenge. Participants invent and share phrases that blend multiple languages into one coherent sentence. And with that, Al, your time is up, and you are the first one up.
Okay. So the challenge is you and a bunch of friends go into a very public spot and you ask and you all talk together in different
Uh-huh.
different what's the word? Accents. Like one person is like a valley girl and the other person is like country and the other person speaks in like old English, and you all speak to each other and then you record the reactions of other people listening to you guys speak in these different accents.
So what does that have to do with language fusion?
You're fusing the different language. I mean, I would consider them different languages. I mean, sure, they're all English, but they're like different forms of English.
Do I even have to go? Do I have to go for this round?
Yeah,
It's
yes,
fucking
yes.
awful, man. Okay, that was terrible. So my version of the language fusion challenge would include 2 different participants, and these 2 people would be 2 fresh off the boat immigrants from 2 different countries on other sides of the world, and they would have to communicate to try to complete an escape room together.
Ooh. See, neither of you guys were funny with it, but it's intriguing, right? Like, Al, I appreciate the whole different accents. I still believe that that's part of the spirit of the question, which was you have to come up with something that would be language fusion challenge. It's just that's something that a prank show would do. Like that's something that FouseyTube. I could believe FouseyTube did a video on that.
Fousey
But like
tube.
But like with this, it's a little bit interesting because it sort of gets to like the human nature and the human condition about how do you communicate with someone who's completely from a different culture and completely different language. Like how do you expect to communicate with each other? But
when I think of a challenge or a trend, which is what this thing is, I think of something that it can be easily done by the average person in their home or out and about. That is not something that someone can easily do. It's not some trend or challenge that's ever going to blow up because you need people from 2 opposite sides of the world to come together not knowing any common language. That's not a challenge.
I mean,
Yours accents are not languages. You're done. There. That's
No.
it. That's it. Whether mine is shitty or not, yours doesn't fit the criteria.
yours is also
Languages
not
are
a
different from
challenge.
accents.
Yours is not a challenge.
It's
Like
not a
the
challenge. It's
quintessential
literally just a prank.
challenge. The quintessential challenge is like the bottle flip challenge, right? Where there's like a little bit of skill, a little bit of luck, and like you're not 100% guaranteed of being able to pull it off. It's not hard to pull off a Valley accent, or like I can do this right now. Like I can pull off a Valley accent pretty well, and it's not really much of a challenge, you know.
Oh my
You're just
God.
speaking in a high pitched voice. That is not a Valley Girl accent. But the point is that language. I mean, what is a language? I mean, if we want to get deep into it, what is a language even? I mean, to be honest,
Oh my God. Shut
Shakespearean
up,
English,
man.
Shakespearean
Here
English
we
is
go.
you cannot
Look at
you
these
cannot
mental
communicate with someone
gymnastics.
in the Shakespearean times.
Give me,
It's clearly a
you don't
different
even
language.
have to give me
Just
the point.
just
You
like
don't even have to
Spanish and
give me
Portuguese
both
are similar,
points. Just
but
1 point.
they're clearly different
Look at
languages.
this mental gymnastics this kid is doing, bro.
Ow,
Moose,
again.
he just said, "What is a language even, bro?" Do not even consider this further, bro. If you want to throw this round out, I'm fine with
No,
it. Alex does not deserve a single point for any. You should take his points away, bro.
no,
Bro,
but it's not even.
not
That's
everything
not
has to
even.
be literal to the name. Sometimes you have to go outside the box a little bit.
No.
And
If it's an accent fusion challenge, then yeah, but language and accents are not the same thing.
Okay, but like again, you guys are arguing the wrong point because the language portion of it was not the issue that I had with Alex's idea. Again, it's a cool idea. It's just less intriguing to Koob's idea, which I feel is more intriguing. And it's an actual challenge, means why yours is just a prank, right? So I'm gonna be awarding Koob with another 2 points, which makes it 5-3. Though, okay, I'm gonna run out of time for the last round, so this is gonna be the last round of the second round, and then we're gonna get into the third round. Okay. Random number generator will give me 13. Okay, so your new challenge is no, this one sucks. Number 5. Fuck this eco-friendly bullshit. No. Okay, the thing sucks too. I'm just gonna choose my own. Yours is going to be extreme origami challenges. What ChatGPT says is participants attempt to fold complex origami designs within a set time limit. What do you guys think it should be? Okay, Koob, you go first.
The only thing I could come up with is instead of using paper to create the different types of origami, you just use regular people. So like, let's say us three were to do the extreme origami challenge, we would try to bend ourselves into like making like those origami cranes. So like one of us would have to sit in the middle as like the body and the head, and then the other two would have to be the two wings on the side of it.
Okay. Very trend-like. Something I could imagine the internet actually coming up with. Nice. Al, what did you come up with?
Okay. So my idea is to have two people sit back to back from each other, and then one person has this origami paper, and then they try folding it to something, and then that person has to describe the directions in which they're folding it, and the other person has to follow those directions, like while being like blindfolded, like with their eyes closed, has to follow those directions as the other person's given it to them, and then the reveal is how they compare. Yeah, how they compare.
Huh. Feel okay. Okay, I like it. Communication is challenges, something I feel like internet could also come up. These are very internet-based challenges. I like it. Okay. Now, here's the issue though. When you do Al's challenge is not very shareable, right? With Koob's challenge, you can immediately just take a picture of the thing and put it on Instagram. It was like, oh my god, look at what these human bodies were able to contort themselves into becoming. But with Al's challenge, the challenge in and of itself comes from the communication aspect of it, not necessarily the visual aspect of it. And so, because of that, I'm going to be giving.
So you're just going off what could be most easily brain rotted? Like, how can I describe this in a matter of like 1 second to someone who has no idea what it is? Is that what the criteria is?
I mean, I have very loose criteria. Al. It's just whatever speaks to me.
I feel like Alex is more like a YouTube video idea more than a trend.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Like,
like something that our jobs will make us do.
Yeah, like an icebreaker. It's like an icebreaker.
It's a
Like
challenge. We said
no,
challenge.
it's like you find a partner and then you got to sit back to back and then you got to do that. Like I feel like that's very icebreaker type of thing. I think that was a good point. Moose.
Oh my god.
Okay, the scores currently are 3-7. But you still have a chance of making it back because this next round, the final round, is one round and it's gonna be worth 4 actually. Because it's been doubling
bro.
every round.
So
Al either has.
I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you, Moose.
It's not my fault. It's whatever you guys bring to the table, which is actually pretty on point with what this next round is. The next round is you guys have to come up with your own challenge. You have to name it, and you have to come up with what it is.
I'm locked.
Oh my god, I am not.
I'm so locked. I'm appealing to the audience.
To the audience.
I feel like it's gonna be something
The
about
one-man
sex.
audience.
I feel
The
like it's gonna be
one-man
something
audience.
about sex, but I'm telling you, it's not gonna give you automatic points.
It was actually going to be the jerk off challenge to jerk off until you get tennis elbow.
Was that actually it?
No, I just came up with that on the fly right there, but that was my actual thought. But once Moose said sex, that's what I thought of.
Okay, and since I like to give credit, I wanted to say that this type of format for our episodes is taken from Distractable, and that the way they do it is they first have both contestants give their titles, and then whoever has the best title is the person who gets to go first. So give your titles, guys.
Oh, I don't have that great.
Cool,
of a
you gotta
title.
go first. I'm gonna be honest.
That's because you haven't came up with a title yet, Alex. But my title is just simple. It's just the air pollution challenge.
Oh my god. So stupid.
I have a feeling where this is already going, but
Yep,
Al,
you know.
I'll give you.
Alex.
No, I describe it.
No,
No. You have to give your title.
You're just
Based off
thinking
of
more. He's literally just thinking more. You cheater.
whoever has the better title is the person who goes first.
Um.
This was part of the challenge, Al.
This is a
You're supposed to come
DNF,
up with a
bro.
title.
He did not. No, he doesn't have an idea in general. That's why he's stalling.
Give a fucking title, Al.
The greatest challenge of all time.
That's trash.
All right, go ahead. What is the air pollution challenge?
Oh, wait, no, I choose who has the better title. And you know
okay.
what?
Say
You
he
know
has
what?
the better one.
Actually, the
Please.
greatest challenge of all time is very intriguing. I want to
Yeah,
know
I mean,
what the greatest
wanna
challenge
know
of all
too.
time
I want to
is.
know too. Moose, you're right. I also want to know.
Oh,
Alex, come on. Tell us about this challenge.
Okay. This challenge
Uh-huh.
is you have to sit down in front of a clock, and the challenge is who can last the longest staring in front of a clock without breaking eyesight.
Oh,
And
so it's
whoever
like one
lasts
of
the
those-
longest wins.
So it's one of those stamina challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So like a Mr.
Yep.
Beast.
Literally
type
stare at a
challenge.
clock.
Okay. Okay. Coop, what is
Okay, so
the air pollution challenge?
got you. So I think you got. Do you guys remember that challenge? Or not really the challenge, but you remember that picture of the egg on Instagram? Do you guys know about that?
Yeah,
I
that the
feel
most
like
liked picture.
Yeah, it was like the world. It, like the page was literally like world record egg, and like the whole point was
Yeah.
for like everybody to like the picture, so it became like the most liked picture on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, like it got beat by now, but like that was the whole point of it. So like I've gone for a similar approach, but it's just a different thing. So basically, everybody works together, and like you make TikToks about it or make like an Instagram post about it. So like basically, the whole point is like anytime, or everybody just combines their efforts together to try to match the carbon emissions of Taylor Swift's private jet. So everybody has to work together to, so like let's say Alex, let's say you go for a drive down the road, then you would have to like take a picture of your car or like make a video saying, I just did this, and that's like 0.0000001% of what Taylor Swift just did. The whole point is like a bunch of people work together to match the amount of air pollution she causes by taking her private jet places.
Mhm.
I again am not gonna lie. I feel like this is something the internet would actually do. I feel like it actually has done it in the past.
I feel like I want to start it.
But I would like to say, Moose, you are a Taylor Swift defender. So hey, Moose is the judge
Shut
here,
up,
right? And we have
Alex.
to appeal
You
to Moose.
literally got
No.
an extra 5 minutes. Alex, you got an extra 5 minutes to think about it, and all you could think of was staring at a clock.
Yeah,
So shut your mouth.
it's funny. The point is being funny. Look at the name of my challenge, the greatest challenge of all time. It's the point is being funny.
You won the part of the game where it was just guessing and knowing the trends, but when it came to being creative, you just absolutely folded, bro.
No, you guys just don't get my joke. You didn't get my abortion joke.
Moose, get the broom. Moose, get the broom. I'm about to sweep
Moose,
this
be
guy.
for real.
I'm about
Be
to
for real,
sweep this
please.
guy. I'm about to sweep this guy.
I mean,
Go get the broom.
the greatest challenge of all time does have like that pun factor to it because it's of all time and you're just staring at a clock. It does have that
Exactly.
factor. But
He did
the
not.
internet also likes hating on the rich. So Coop sort of has that realism factor,
Yeah, but are we talking realism or funny?
This guy just jacked a Mr. Beast video, basically. Like he's just.
I don't know
like,
a Mr. Beast video.
That's literally just the whole concept of what Mr. Beast does. That's like that could be like one of his videos in the next year.
Okay, great. That's perfect. Mr. Beast is the best. He's the perfect example of the best challenges. He has the most amount of subscribers. That means that my challenge is good if it's up to Mr. Beast caliber.
He just stole it. That corny.
I did not. How do I steal it? How do I steal it if he hasn't done it yet?
It's the same concept.
So
And
it's
that's
not stealing.
It's not a trend. Again, it's a YouTube video idea.
That is true.
We're talking challenges, not trends. Challenges.
Moose asked for a
Yeah,
trend.
but even with but I mean the main concept of this entire video is internet trends, right? Even with challenges, there are certain challenges that are trends. Like the bottle flip challenge is the quintessential challenge. So is the bottle cap challenge. Like yours
those are challenges that are trends. Your challenge could never become a trend.
Like there's a reason why no one decided to do the Mr. Beast video where he counts to 1,000,000 or what was it, 1,000. Like that never became a trend. It was a challenge for him, but it was never a trend, right? And because of that, Coop did lay that good argument out. Due to that, Coop wins today's episode, now scoring a total of 11 points to Al's 3. Congratulations, Coop. Okay, and with that, I would like to close today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Please go ahead and check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon's version of podcast, iHeartRadio. We're still on there. Please go check out Al's poll. I know one of you guys may have said something on the poll. I'm going to still check those responses. Please go ahead and check out that poll because I'm going to be checking those responses. Anyways, thank you so much. Please go ahead and like, subscribe. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.